It's Tommy Coulter, Stocks and Sports, chiming in a traffic jam outside of Tampa Bay. We have none other than Davey Boy, our Wall Street specialist from New York, living in the villages. Let me just see how he's doing today on this Sunday. Dave, what's going on in the passenger seat?
This traffic sucks, to say the least. Now, this is like New York traffic when it's busy.
Oh my gosh.
There's a big delay going into Tampa Bay. We can make that a song, a big delay going into Tampa Bay.
And then we had some excitement on the other side, too, on the ride down.
Yeah, it looked like somebody got pissed off and jumped out of their car or something.
Wonder if they were maybe trying to chase down Alberto. You know?
Oh, there it is. There's a flashing light. So they're merging to the right-hand lane, and maybe it was a carjacking and the guy ran out. We never know.
Oh my gosh. And then we're not texting and driving, so thank you for holding both of these phones. So let's start with Wall Street today. I mean, we had what a great ride down here, talking to you the whole way down. You know, we've been driving like an hour. We talked about so much stuff. Or actually, let's shift. Let's start out with baseball. Boston Red Sox is your team. You told me a little bit about Ted Williams. You know I had a big family growing up, and Ted Williams, it was known, could see the eye laces on the ball before he hit. So let's get your insight on Ted Williams. You know, tell us a little bit about you, Ted Williams, Boston Red Sox. Let me let you take over.
Okay, Ted Williams, I wasn't old enough to see him, but I would have liked to. I read this thing on Facebook the other day that if Ty Cobb went 0 for 2,580, he would still have a batting average of 388. Now that's unbelievable if you think about that. I mean, Ted Williams was the greatest hitter in baseball, and it's too bad that he didn't play a little longer. Otherwise, George Steinbrenner would have picked him up when his contract was over, and the Red Sox fans could have more to hate than they hate the Yankees now.
Oh my God! Well, let's talk a little bit more about Steinbrenner and the Yankees. You had mentioned that. How many other guys did they take? I mean, I love that Pedro Martinez. Give us your take on that with them. Were they basically stealing players or buying the players?
Well, they were buying them all. I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan, you know that the Yankees must have had 20 good Red Sox players on their team over the past 20 years. And we don't have to say, we don't have to even mention the fact that money buys the team, and all you Yankee fans know that. You paid the tickets, you paid the price of the tickets to get in, so you might as well get something for your money.
Oh yeah, but what a rivalry. I mean, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees. Right now we're driving by New York Yankees. It says George Steinbrenner Field, Raymond James Stadium. What do you think about this season? I mean, we got a lot of friends, Yankee fans. We got Steve, that guy on the beach, and then we got Norm. So what's your take on the Red Sox? Where do you see the Red Sox? How are they going to stack up against the Yankees? What's going to happen? What's your vision into this baseball?
Well, if I had a vision, it would be a dream, more or less, because there's no beating the money. The money's the whole key to everything, whether it's Wall Street or whether it's baseball teams. You have to watch the money and where it's going. That's your MO for your whole life.
All right, so it's basically watching the cabbage, the green stuff.
Watching the cabbage with a mask on.
All right, now speaking of masks, let's move in. Let's do that. Stocks and Sports. You know, you call us a sporting goods company, which is fine. But let's do this Maroon 5 shift. I mean, this guy at Maroon 5, he can sing. You know, he sings that moves like Jagger. So let's move into what you just brought up, this virus. Now, we had talked about these masks, and I told you we're going to post sometime this week some of the virus plays. You got 3M, ticker MMM, which makes the mask. I mean, what's your take about trying to play the virus, kind of like the Bitcoin and the pot stocks? You know, let's give us your take as a trader, you know, up on Wall Street, the Big Apple. What's your take on this virus with playing these stocks, biotech? Let you take over again.
Well, let me say this. If you have to make money by thinking about viruses, you're in bad shape. You got to go now. All I'll say is that, you know, make sure you have money and make sure you retire well. You know, if you're gonna wear a mask, you should be laying in bed in a hospital.
Jeez. All right, so I mean, this has just been volatile markets. You know, so let's stay with this volatile market a little bit. If you were trading, you know, and you talked about back in the day, how would you be dealing with this? The amount of swings in the market. You know, how would you be handling this? I mean, do you miss this? Would you be missing these times up there in Manhattan on Wall Street?
I'd be missing the fact that I'm not taking a lot of medication right now, but I would if I was up there. Just don't go with all this eroticness. You have to take it easy because these computers will push you over the edge. Just think about it like, what's the long-term prognosis of what's happening and where's America going to be in 10 years?
No, that's just awesome. Thank you so much for this opening. We're going to have a lot more. We're going to have like live clips once we're trying to get to the Phillies game, and then we're going to do the sunset. You know, if the sun comes out, you know, we might not have much of a sunset, but we're going to go over to Frenchie's. Let you close this first one out. This is just a video clip, you know, but just thank you so much, Dave, for coming on again today, coming down here. But just close this out for our audience.
Well, I'd like to thank Tommy for bringing me down to Clearwater. I always dreamed of going down here when I was a young kid playing baseball. And I finally got here a little past my prime. But I'm drinking coffee to keep me up. So thank you very much, Tommy.
Thanks, Steve. Once again, Tom and Dave signing off for Stocks and Sports here in Tampa Bay in the car. Do not text and drive. And don't forget about our vets.
Look out for that guard.
DAV.org. He was just kidding, folks. We're safe here. Just enjoy the rest of this Sunday fun day.